Welcome to Witch Daily's Countdown to Halloween, the countdown to Samhain. Hope you are having a marvelous week, marvelous witchy magical day. We are doing these countdown videos every day, and for some of our videos we are introducing some misunderstood tarot cards, and we're sprinkling them throughout the Witch Daily videos. So today we're going to talk about the Hanged Man. I don't know if you can see that very well. Hanged Man. All right, so it's a major arcana card, and the Hanged Man, much like the Death card, the Hanged Man is often really misunderstood. He is often seen as a version of the Death card, which is partially true. But the Hanged Man card should show up for, if the Hanged Man card shows up for you in a reading, it usually means that you need to make a willing sacrifice, right? In French, this card is called the pendu, or same thing, the Hanged Man. But there's a connection back to the story of the god Odin, who was hung upside down in a well, where he found enlightenment and knowledge by sacrificing one of his eyes. So the Hanged Man is associated with this idea of having to make a particular sacrifice in order to gain wisdom. So if it shows up in a reading, what is it that you need wisdom about, first of all? What are you avoiding wisdom about? What are you avoiding knowing? Is there something that you have to admit? Is there something that you need a little more help with? Is there something that you haven't spent enough time reflecting on? Is there something that you're denying, right? The Hanged Man is asking you. You have to find that thing and give it up. Make a sacrifice of it. Make it sacred. Give up the thing that no longer serves you. Give up the thing that is holding you down. Give up the thing that perhaps you know is keeping you from wisdom. Sometimes that's knowledge that's, keeping you from wisdom, meaning an old habit of knowledge, right? Like maybe I'll give you an example from my life. So when I was a young witch, 18, 19 years old, I was terrified because I had been raised Catholic. I was so scared that I was going to wind up believing something that wasn't true, or that I was going to find myself playing into the hands of evil, right? And the more I practiced witchcraft, and the more work I did, and the more homework I did, and the more study I did, the more research I did, I figured out that that was the furthest thing from the truth. That I had been holding on to something, a belief system that my parents had given me because I really wanted their approval, and I really didn't want their disapproval. But what I wanted figuring out is that I didn't have to bargain that way. I had to give up needing their approval in this realm. I needed to make my own truth as I went forward. And when I did, my parents actually were pretty cool about it. My mom had a problem for a while, but my dad was just like, "Oh, that's what you believe, kid? Ah, that's cool. No big deal." Right? And it was a whole different world once I gave up this need to hold on to that thing that they were so invested in and I wasn't. So think about that. Think about what is a meaningful knowledge or awareness or practice that maybe doesn't serve you anymore, right? If this card shows up in a reading, it's basically asking you to sacrifice something. But it's asking you to sacrifice something for wisdom, right? It's not asking you to just sacrifice something for no reason. It's saying, hey, what's happening for you right now where you're torn between two states of awareness? What's holding you back from moving forward on one of them? What do you need in order to move forward in a powerful way so that you are not hanging anymore, right? You're not left hanging. So keep that in your awareness. Just remember that this card is about making a sacrifice. Making a sacrifice means making something sacred by your action. And if you don't know the story of Odin and how he lost his eye, I highly recommend you go find that story because I think it will be very meaningful to you in this context. And finally, if this card shows up in its reversed position, right, Hanged Man like this, for me, reversals are almost always that they show up when something is right at the precipice or we're denying it, right? So it's either it's in the ether some kind of way, but we're not really tuned into it, or we're not taking ourselves up on the challenge. If a card is reversed, it means it's possible, but it's not happening right now. So have that in your awareness as you move forward. Remember, Hanged Man is there to bring you wisdom, to show you the way to wisdom through something that you're going to sacrifice. So if it shows up in a reading, it's usually pretty good. All right. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. I am just radically enjoying making them for you. I hope you have a wonderful witchy day as you prepare for the Samhain season, and we will see you back here tomorrow on Witch Daily.